Hey, Core Plus More. It is Tuesday, so we are still on our project-based learning activity, which, as you know, is about hunger. And so for today, yesterday, many of you, I show that 14 of you got a chance to respond to our food survey. Your favorite thing to eat, be specific. That was our food quiz, I called it. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at the responses that we got today, kind of try to discuss that stuff a little more in depth. It's going to build into some activities that we're doing, and then also trying to build a little more time into figure out how we might be able to apply some of these skills and help out some of the hungry around us, possibly in our local community and in our world. Before we get to that, and I am going to read through some of these responses in just a second, before we get to that, I do want to remind you to go ahead and check out your food logs. Make sure that you have checked out the comments I made yesterday. If you were putting something like just food or just pizza, tacos, trying to be more specific with how you're logging things. Instead of just chicken, did you have chicken and baked potatoes, chicken and mashed potatoes and salad? Because that's what we had for dinner last night at the Niewam house. So it's actually getting more specific with the kind of things that we're putting in there. We want to make sure we're being very specific with it, very with purpose, and because it does count for a grade and it counts for things we're doing as a class. If you want to be lazy about it, it actually kind of hurts everybody. So that's why I'm being so hard on it. So do check out the comments to try to make sure that you're being specific. So we're going to take a chance to go ahead and log that stuff. And so I'm going to let Live Niewam take a pause here so we can do our logging of what we have into our food journals for right now. So we're going to pause. Okay, now we're back and took a chance to do that. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to that survey, the food quiz. What is your favorite thing to eat? And I said to be specific. And so we got some interesting answers here. Without reading specific people's names, just kind of trying to share some stuff out so we can get a little bit of class discussion on this. We got Mom's Alfredo, Buffalo Hot Wings, tamales, the Burger King number 5, a bacon burger with fries and a drink, which is juice for this particular person anyhow. Microwave popcorn, chicken noodle soup, pozole, pizza. And so with that one, obviously we want to get into what kind of pizza. Do you like the stuffed crust, the veggie, the spinach, the deep dish? We want to get some details on the pizza. This next one, love it. Perfect on next two, actually. Very specific with details. Normal Oreos, like 10 of them in some milk. So I like that there is specific detail on that. I think that is great. Masticholi with pepperoni, also specific details on that. Love it. Ramen has to be beef. I dig it. Tamales again. My favorite thing to eat is pizza. Same question as before. What kind of pizza? Deep dish, stuffed crust, spinach, sausage, the sausage, mushroom, and spinach deep dish at a particular place that I know on the north side of Chicago. Go check it out. Food. Come on. Somebody just put food. So let's take a look too at, we have why is it so special, but then I also want to see if we have anybody with a tradition down here. So we have no traditions, Father's Day, New Year's and Christmas, and also made for parties. No. Family recipe. Yes, in Mexico, they tend to give it to El Dia de los Muertos. I apologize. My trained language is actually French, so my accent is typically off. And then they made a lot of traditions with food. So kind of interesting how that fits in and what kinds of things that people say there. And then pretty consistently, people say that the people, you guys said that the people you share these special foods with are family. And so I think that's kind of an interesting thing to look at as well. And then the breakdown of where it actually fits as a meal. I'm going to pull that statistic actually even up here on the screen because it makes a nice little bar graph for us and shows if we're using it for birthdays, for holidays, what specific meal of the day. And I think that one's an interesting one to pull up as well because we got some 50/50s in there. We got some, we got a bunch. We have 4 other even distributions on what meal it goes to. So it's, I think kind of interesting to see how this breaks down. So I do want to pull that up and we can take a look at those statistics as well. Kind of just casually getting into these things, trying to get more details, and just get a feel for food and how we interact with food, and then how that can relate to hunger. So that's what we're doing today. I know that we had the pause earlier, so this digital section is kind of broken up. But let's go ahead and take a look at those stats that are probably already in front of me. So have a great Tuesday.